冰淇淋。
Whoa, it's me. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're doing something new today. We're doing something new and fun today. I admittedly have lost track of what day of the week it is. Hi, everybody. Hi. I admittedly have lost track of what day of the week it is and didn't realize it was Thursday until like 2 or 3 hours ago. Um, so here we are. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to be productive and have fun. How are you? Um, but yeah, today I thought we'd do something like a little bit different. I figured we'd do like a cool little like body doubling co-working stream because I have a lot of like cosplay work, like cosplay pattern work I have to like lock in on, and I can't exactly like work on it and talk at the same time. I've tried, it's really hard. So I think I would just do my best work if like I got to sit and work and be quiet. But sometimes I like to have like other people around to sort of the term's body doubling, but like have other people around to like essentially we all work together at the same time and it feels a little bit more community based than just me sitting alone at my desk. This is how I found out it's Thursday. Definitely thought it was Wednesday all day. Me too. Me too, man. I have thought it was Wednesday all day. And then I like look at my calendar and I'm like, oh, oh, I'm supposed to stream today, huh? Oopsies. Um, but yes, today's goals are I want to rework my Pomni pattern, and I think I also want to after that rework the medieval booty shorts pattern that I have. I'm actually going to show you guys before I get too into working. I just did some re-renders for Pomni for like new product listings, and I decided for like the fabric this time. I was using like a stretch knit before for the pattern renders. I decided to go with like a stretch velvet this time to kind of give it like a little bit of a different look, and I really like how these renders turned out. I think they're so pretty. Eee! I'm working as well as I'm studying pattern drafting. Thankful recommendation for starting to learn from a book. I'm thankful for your help over on YouTube. Ah, thank thank you so much, buddy. I'm so glad that I was able to be helpful, and I hope you have a lot of fun with pattern drafting. I really find it super super fun. I find it super fulfilling to be able to like draft something and then make it into like an actual physical thing that you've sewn. I always find it really really cool. As well, Misty Butterfly, thank you for the lurk. Have fun wherever you are. I appreciate the lurk very very much. Um, in order to book, yes. I need to get into more patterning books. I've like gotten some from the library in the past, and obviously I've like read a bunch and I, know what I'm doing when it comes to drafting. But I really want to get there are these cool books. I'm not quite sure the name, but they like focus on like very experimental like shape drafting to make like cool almost geometric shapes with fabric for like sleeves and stuff and like avant-garde fashion. I really want to get those and like read those and look into those as something like a little bit more complex than my usual work. Also, new in the Peytonverse, I've gotten really into press-on nails. So I'm yapping. I'm yapping when I'm supposed to be working, but trust me here for a second. Um, I was at YetiCon while I was on my vacation, and we were walking past this booth that sold press-on nails. And I'm not really like a press-on nails guy. K-pop Demon Hunter. Mwah. K-pop Demon Hunter thoughts. I will get into that in a second. Give me just a second. Um, we were walking by this booth, and I found these nails with like this cute little like arcade carpety pattern on them. Sorry, it's blocking the camera, my VTuber. And I immediately had to buy them because I was like, wait, they can be a tax write-off. They can be a tax write-off for me. And I can wear them while I like film and stuff because I have a couple videos that I want to make for YouTube that involve like filming from top down. And I was like, oh, I can put like cute nails on. I can use them in product photos, blah, blah, blah. And then I was wearing them for a few days, and like just for fun, I wanted to like test them out, see how they fit. I fell in love with them. I was like, wait, oh my god, these rule. These rule so hard. So I've started making my own press-on nails. I've made 2 sets so far. I made these ones. I'm showing them off. You can't really see them very well in this crappy lighting. I posted photos on my Instagram story. They're inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's 3, but with like a fun 80s twist. And then these ones are inspired by an OC of mine. So they've got like fire here, and then the pinky is a match, and then a little dagger on the thumb. And they're like gradient black to red. I don't know. I thought they were very, very cutie. I'm usually not a guy that likes wearing nails, but I learned that you can like use sticky tabs for press on nails and essentially like they stick on if you want them to stick on, but if you want them to take off, you can take them off really easily. So I keep calling them earrings for my fingers in the same way where it's like, oh my god, I can customize my avatar. I think of myself as an avatar, like in a video game. I'm like, oh my god, I can customize my avatar. And the avatar is real life human me. um, my mom even found Gothic Lolita and a Lolita book for me. I love press-ons. I make them myself and share with my friends and family. My press-ons, I mean, I make them sets they want and learn to do anime faces on my nails. I use nail glue, but I soak in warm water. I'm like getting the hang of like tiny little designs on the nails, but like this and like the set that I did earlier with like the Five Nights at Freddy's designs is about as complex as I can go. But to be fair, this is only my second set of press-ons ever. And I think they look really good. I bought like a kit of like 60 gel nail polishes for like $40, and they're like teeny tiny itty bitty bottles, but they're perfect for like, you know, one-off little sets like this. It's been very, very fun. Oh my god, I just saw a creator that's trying to patent click-on nails so they're interchangeable, and I'm so psyched for that. I keep seeing those all over TikTok. Aren't they like the coolest thing ever? I keep seeing them and I'm like, no, like this is genius, because sometimes you want really big dramatic nails and sometimes you need short nails for, you know, whatever reason. My nails are decently short, you can see. They're a little bit longer than I would like, frankly. But I bought these nail tips off of Amazon. And they were longer than I expected, and that's on me, so I'm just living with them now, but I've kind of gotten used to them. The only thing is sometimes I make a lot of mistakes when I type, now, because my fingers are not as deft as they once were, but, you know. I saw those and I need them for a cosplay. I can't do big nails at Fan Expo when I want to then eat or pee. It's not an experience I enjoy. No, I was wearing nails that were probably, like, this long for chapel, like, probably, like, double the length of these, and I remember the entire day while I was wearing chapel at YetiCon, I kept having to like say to my friends, I'm like, can you grab this for me? Can you do this for me? I can't function in these. However, I did feel like maximum cunty. And now I understand why people with nails do this all the time. Cause like, yeah, when you have fun nails on, you want to talk with your hands. It's very fun. There's literally a video of me at YetiCon. I was trying to get my partner Peter to film me standing on the gondola, because you like can take the gondola up the side of the mountain at YetiCon, because YetiCon's at like a mountain resort, and it's a video of me on the gondola because I wanted him to like just get a video of me with like the fun view in the back. And right as we started filming, another group started coming the opposite direction, so like we're going this way, they're going that way, and as they pass us they like compliment all of their costumes, and I literally like turn to them and I go, thank you, like doing this with my hand, and I was like, oh my god, it really just does come natural when you're wearing nails like this. I did dip nails on my twin and she struggled with it. She said long and struggled. I told her baby steps, but she said super long, and I struggled to go to the bathroom. Yes, minor Ironheart spoilers. There's a non-binary character with massive nails who collects their nails with sassiness fabulous every time. Exactly. I love that. Also, oh my god, non-binary character in Ironheart? That's me. I'm one of those. Oh my god. That's wonderful to see. I love seeing representation, especially in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where we don't get quite a lot of it, frankly, when it comes to LGBTQ rep. Like the first canon rep we got was like a Russo brother who had a boyfriend or a husband or something in like Infinity War or Endgame or something. I don't know. I just remember that it was like crazy. It was like our first gay character, and it's one of the Russo brothers. I always thought that was weird and crazy. Oh my god, K-pop Demon Hunter. Thoughts? Let me speak to you. Let me come here. Let me speak directly into your ear. Hi. Hi, it's me, Peyton. Oh, this is a disturbing angle for me. Hello. Hi. How do you feel about K-pop Demon Hunter? Sorry for the clacking noises. How do I feel about K-pop Demon Hunter? What are my thoughts about K-pop Demon Hunter? What are my thoughts about K-pop Demon Hunters? I hated it, as you can tell. I hated it. Literally before I even finished watching the movie for the first time, I was 3D modeling this, which is the light stick for Huntrix that like their fans are like holding and waving around during the course in the movie whenever they're like performing. Um, and then I also later made a Saja Boys one because I got like, I shit you not, like 50, 75 comments like requesting them in the span of 24 hours. So I like whipped this together too. So now I have both. Now I have both and I sell them on my shop and I currently have an abhorrent amount of orders for these. So it's so funny because I have to like lock in and finish updating some patterns, but also all the while, my 3D printer is approximately 5 feet away from me, working like a workhorse to get all these orders done because people really responded really well to these light sticks, and they were just excited about them as I was excited to make them because I made the Huntrix one and threw it up on my shop and like made a video about it to be like, hey, if anybody else liked this movie. Turns out everybody loves this movie. It's been crazy. It's been like overwhelmingly crazy. I always have one product a year that goes like viral. We had the Wanda crown, and then we had Jinx, and then we had the Hobie Brown Spider Punk buttons, and then we had Senshi's helmet, and then we had the mouth-washing patches, and then we had K-pop Demon Hunter now this summer. The speed at which people like yourself have been producing things is not surprising, but it is super wild. No, I've seen like other people already start to like make cosplays, or like cosplay like companies start to advertise that they're like going to make the costumes for the girls, or like they already have them and they're already selling them, and I just think that's crazy. It's been so fast. It was so good. I can't type on a tiny screen with medium nails. That's real. It'll love it or hate it type. You either love it or hate it. I have not seen anybody who says they hate it. I was influenced by so many posts and was sold by the opening song. LOL, the timing to the song sold me. No, seriously, I was like already excited to see this movie. And it came out on Friday, and then I was set to watch it with friends on Saturday. But on Friday, I saw the clip of how it's done with like them fighting in time to the music, and it was so stinking good that I was like gripping, like I need to watch this movie now, and I can't. And I had to wait until Saturday until I could watch it with my friends, and it was painful. It was painful. Then the layers about generational trauma and accepting various parts of yourself and overcoming shame. It's so good, you guys. I've already seen it twice. I watched it with my friends over Discord, and then a day later I watched it with Peter. And I would like to watch it again if I have other friends who haven't seen it. I have a couple other friends who haven't seen it yet, and they're like, we should have a watch party. And I'm like, please, 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 please. I'm like, please, anything but this. Please, hand them over. I would watch this movie a billion times. I think it's so good. When there are movies that I really, really like, I will watch them like 3-5 times in their first week of release. The week Five Nights at Freddy's released, by the time the movie was out for 24 hours, I had already seen it 3 times because we saw it the day before it released at the Canadian premiere, and then we saw it in theaters the day it premiered, and then we went home and we watched the stream version. My bodice mock-up is done, making small correction in neckline because gaping. You got this. You got this. Mock-ups are always worth the time. Mock-ups are so annoying, but they are always worth the time. And the product you're going to have in the end is going to look so good. You're going to be so happy with it. Eee! Okay. I should lock into work. As said, I'm working on Pomni right now. If you guys have like any questions or anything, or like you want to tell me what you're working on, feel free to like pop those in the chat. I will occasionally pop my mic back on and just check in on people and like talk if I have thoughts and stuff. But I am going to keep my mic off just because my 3D printer is a little bit loud. And it's not exactly a pleasant noise. But I am going to put on some music. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to work. I've got my typing cam on here, so you can see that I'm working. Also, I guess you guys can see my shirt. I need to find a picture of the store, actually. No, not that. this. This. Yes. There it is. So I went to Orlando in 2022. And our hotel was about a block away from a store that looked like this. The Wizard. The Wizard store, as we lovingly called it. It was a gift shop that just had a giant wizard on it. We walk in this gift shop and it's full of like bootleg merch, as you expect like a gift shop in the middle of Orlando to have. However, it had this shirt that says, "Yes, I do have a beautiful daughter. I also have a gun, a shovel, and an alibi." And I laughed so hard at this shirt that I was like, oh, I need to own that right now. So I now own this shirt. I wear it as pajamas. As if you can't tell, I'm in pajamas. I'm literally wrapped in a blanket. And yeah. It's my first draft of my bodice fitted shell pattern draft. I'm excited. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Just did Mira hairstyle on my niece. Oh my god, that's so fun. That's so fun. I love the hairstyles in K-pop Demon Hunter. They're so good. The hairstyles, the outfits. One of the concept artists even posted like the concept art of like their makeup and their nails. It was so cool. Big fan. Big fan. I'm going to turn my music on, turn my mic off. I will check in on you guys soon. In the meantime, if you're working on something, tell me what you're working on. And if you haven't redeemed your daily hauntings yet and you're on Twitch, redeem your daily hauntings. I love the kind of weirdly straight culture stuff that you can wear ironically. That's exactly why I'm wearing this, because it's so funny. I don't have a beautiful daughter. I don't even own a gun or a shovel. I don't even have an alibi. But by God, I am going to wear the hell out of this shirt, and I do. And surprisingly, I've washed this shirt like 10 or 20 times. And the print on it hasn't like cracked at all, which I can't say the same about some of like my expensive actual shirts I own. So I vouch for the quality of the $5 shirt I bought at the Wizard store. I have a Touchdown Jesus shirt because I find it hilarious. It was a Jesus statue in Ohio that got struck by lightning. Oh my god. Sorry, all I can think about is that one TikTok video where it's like, oh my god, Jesus was seen in Ohio. Send it to me, Rachel. Show me to me, please. And it's like the mom like crying at the thought that Jesus was seen in Ohio. It's so good. Yes, I'm going to work. If you haven't redeemed your daily hauntings, you better. If you Google Touchdown Jesus Lightning, you'll see it. It's a lot. Oh my god. If you haven't redeemed your daily hauntings, do it. I'm gonna redeem my daily haunting because I still want to see some of these new photos that we haven't gotten to see yet. I better see a new picture. Oh my god. It's always Katie Harley. It's never anything else. It's always her. She's always at the scene of the crime. Blowing her up. Blowing her up. Anyways, time to lock in. Talk to you guys in a bit. Yes, I am subjecting you all to Nintendo music. Thank you.
Hello? Hi.
Not one of the new daily hauntings, but one of the daily hauntings that is like a legacy image in my mind. I look like Mickey Mouse. My buns make me look like Mickey Mouse. Drafting my final copy of my pattern as we speak. Yay, good luck.
Howdy, and welcome to the
Thank you so much for the
party.
follow as well, Bunny. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
This music just took me back like 10, 15 years. It's the music for the Check Me Out channel on the Wii, which I was obsessed with as a kid. I loved spending hours looking at other people's Miis. Oh my god, that scared me.
That's real. I also blank out the ads, but I know sometimes that like it'll put like really weird ads on Twitch. I get like the weirdest ads sometimes when I'm watching streamers. So I'm always curious what people get when they watch my streams. Because half the time it's the US Army for some reason. I'm Canadian.
In case anyone is curious, this is the YouTube video that I am playing my music from right now. It is literally one of those like Nintendo motivational work mixes, and this selection of music is like tailor-made to keep me like bopping my head while I work. It's awesome. I didn't even make this, and it's tailor-made for me somehow. They don't even know me, and it's tailor-made for me. That sounds like so much fun. Everybody I know who's met Charlie Cox has said he's super, super nice, which is good because sometimes you have like meet and greets with like celebrities at Comic Cons and they're like so mean. So it's nice to hear that he's like actually a genuine dude. I always think good of him after I saw that one time that he undercover cosplayed as Bluey and just walked around. I think it was like New York Comic Con or something. I always think fondly of him after that because that was so funny to me. He was just chilling like the rest of us. Oh, I love Tampa. My partner's family's from Tampa, and he's from Tampa before he moved up here to live with me. So I've gone to visit them once, and we're going again later this year. And lovely little city. Have not been to any of their Comic Cons, but I have heard that they have good ones. Specifically Spookala, I've heard good things about. I'd love to go someday, but so far, so expensive. If I can plan a family trip at the same time as a convention, I will. Okay, I have hit a milestone in my progress, so I'm going to, and we're at exactly an hour into the stream. So I'm going to pause working for a few minutes, chat a little bit, and then get back into it. Um, it's fun, been 3 times. They hold it twice a year, once in October, once in April. I love when conventions do that. I think MCM Comic Con in the UK does that, and I always see that, and I always go, oh, that sounds so fun. I miss going to cons, haven't been since the Panini hit, and I kept hearing about how the management hasn't been the same since. For a lot of conventions, I would say yeah. Convention culture definitely has changed since the pandemic because cosplay, especially cosplay, but like cosplay and like nerdy things had like a blow up in the pandemic because everybody was home. So everybody was watching TV, everybody was watching movies, everybody was reading books, reading comics, getting into things that they wouldn't be into before, playing video games. So we have a lot more people going to conventions than we ever have. But because of that, a lot of people who are going to conventions are new to conventions or are new to cosplay. And definitely, I think the vibes of conventions as a whole have changed. And management, I definitely think, has to do a lot with COVID itself. Because of the fact that conventions are, at their core, in the tourism industry. Essentially, conventions are like a tourism thing. They involve, going to a city, doing things at the convention. A lot of it is like tourism related things, like activities, meeting people, doing all that sort of stuff. And tourism as a whole took a really, really big hit with the pandemic. So a lot of conventions have had to shift management, cut corners, cut budgets, all sorts of stuff because of the pandemic. I noticed that a lot with a lot of my like wonderful local cons changed a lot after the pandemic. And I feel like finally, like this year feels like the year 5 years later that we're starting to have what feel like pre-pandemic conventions in terms strictly of management, not of culture. Because finally they're starting to see those returns in investment again. They're starting to see profits go up and they're starting to invest more in the cons and the con spaces, the spaces where cons are held. A lot of them got really hostile towards conventions after COVID because they didn't see them as much of a money-making opportunity, and they saw them as like a nuisance. But finally, now that cons are starting to get like their return on investment, they're starting to make money again. Now convention centers are all of a sudden back in love with hosting Comic-Cons at their venues, convention centers and other venues, are all of a sudden all for it all again because they're making money this time. I saw Simplicity.com was bought out by a liquidator. Yeah, a lot. If I remember correctly, like McCall's was bought out too because I think they're owned by the same people. It's like McCall's, Simplicity, and like a third one. Were all bought out by a liquidator, which is really, really sad. I don't want to see them go out of business, especially because we just lost Joanne. For Americans, I don't have a Joanne here, obviously. I live in Canada, but I think Joanne was like a huge part of why physical patterns were getting sold, specifically in stores, was because Joanne had such a, like, almost a monopoly on the fabric market across the country in the United States. The United States is such a big financial power that I think, and because a lot of those pattern companies are based in the States, I think with the loss of Joanne, the paper patterns are starting to go the way of the dodo per se, which is really, really sad because I love buying a paper pattern. If you look in my sewing cabinet, I have like 30 paper patterns that I've collected over the years, like bought them at like, sales where they were like $2-3 and just like collected them and kept using them, especially when the costume sewing pattern companies started to get into making cosplay patterns, like people like the Yaya Han patterns. Simplicity had a couple of licensed patterns. They had like licensed DC Comics patterns. That's how I made my Harley Quinn, like my classic animated Harley Quinn, I mean. Yaya Han's patterns were invaluable. She was amazing for that. And it's really, really sad, honestly, to see. It's really, really sad. It's getting a lot harder to be able to like sew and make stuff for a lot of people in certain sections of the world. Like I think about people who are in like the rural United States and like the closest big city is a couple hours away from them. they don't have any sewing like stores anymore because Joann is closed. And they're not going to be able to find patterns as accessibly because the big pattern companies are going away. I think that's a lot why I really try and focus on like accessibility and like an accessible price point, an accessible way of access of like an easy way to like access patterns. I think that's a lot why those are big things that I focus on, like size inclusivity, ease of access, and like a reasonable price point, is because I know that cosplay can be so inaccessible for so many people because of various things, budget, size, location, all sorts of stuff. Like it's just it's sad, guys. It's really sad. Like for me, I tried to make my own Agatha coat with one of her patterns and I'm like, dang, it's not working. Agatha is such a particular coat. I've heard so many people say that they struggled with the pattern of it. I thought about maybe hopping on that and making a pattern, but I've been so busy with what I'm working on right now, which is reworking a bunch of old patterns, that I just haven't had as much time to make new patterns this year. I think I kind of messed up last year, if I can be completely honest. Last year I tried to make a lot of patterns in a short amount of time. And I think because of that, the quality did suffer a little bit. They are still usable, they're still good. I still think they're like quality patterns, but I think definitely there were certain spots where I would cut corners that I wouldn't cut corners today, essentially. And I boil that down to just learning as I age, learning as I grow, learning as I do this for longer. This marks, I'm at the 3.5 year point of doing this full time, which is, God, that's insane to say, but yeah, 3.5 years of doing this full time. I've been doing this since the beginning of 2022. It's now mid 2025 full time. And I think I'm just constantly improving and I'm constantly like growing as a pattern maker and as a person, obviously, but definitely like looking back at old patterns, there's things that I did when I made my older patterns that I definitely wouldn't do today. And that's not to slight anybody who like makes their patterns like this or does these things, but you know, I just have certain standards for myself that I try and live up to. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm constantly trying to fill the voids that are left by the big pattern companies potentially going under. It's going to be really sad if they do. It's going to be like tragic. But I hope that new pattern companies emerge. I hope that folks trust pattern companies where you buy the patterns online like me and other people and don't get so scared off by the fact that Etsy is a cesspool of AI patterns. That's unfortunate, but that is what Etsy is right now. You search up sewing pattern, you're going to get about 50-50 of AI patterns and real patterns. And it's very, very sad. I had somebody claim the other day that my patterns were AI, and I was like, no. I nipped that in the bud immediately because I'm like, I want everybody to know that my patterns are not made with AI. I want everybody to know that I spend hours and hours and hours and hours making patterns as one person to try and release them to the people of the world. And I do not use any sort of like generative AI in the process. I haven't had problems from Etsy. There are a lot of really, really great pattern makers on Etsy. I don't want people to think that there aren't. It's just that there are some people who will use generative AI in their listings and in their patterns, and it leads to a worse product. And I want people to be able to like know how to spot that and how to avoid that. So that's why I made like my little short video, which has helped a bunch of people. Thankfully, a bunch of people have commented and been like, I didn't even think of that, which is really good. That's the point that I wanted. I want people to like be able to feel like they can trust going on a place like Etsy to find handmade goods and not get like taken advantage of by people, essentially. I miss Lemonly patterns. Lemonly made such wonderful specific patterns. And Lemonly kind of fell off of, I don't want to say fell off of pattern making. That's the wrong term. Lemonly kind of did like a business shift around the time that I started making patterns, because I remember Lemonly was like a huge inspiration for me when I first started. It was Lemonly, it was Merida, and it was Yaya Han. Those were my 3 big inspirations when I started making patterns. And these days, Yaya's not making patterns anymore because the pattern company might be going under. Lemonly, I don't know what Lemonly is up to these days, unfortunately. But if you say I miss Lemonly patterns, that makes me think that she's not making patterns anymore. And Merida's thriving. Merida is thriving. I follow them, and they make gorgeous patterns. They make amazing patterns. I always get excited when they post something new because I'm always like, yes. Wonderful pattern makers. They've shifted more to making clothing patterns than specifically cosplay patterns these days. But the clothing patterns that they do make are chef's kiss. I made my Zelda, my Breath of the Wild Zelda, with a Merida pattern, and I swear by it. It was such good quality of a pattern, and it was like the baseline was like I would like look at Merida's patterns and be like, what did I like? What did I like about her patterns? And I took those when I started making mine. Miss Carol Bell quit making Lolita patterns. It made me sad, and quit posting on her blog as well. That makes me so sad when like people move on to do different stuff. Like I understand it's what makes them happy, like whatever happens, but it's always sad when there's like somebody that you like for doing a certain thing and they stop doing that thing. It's always sad. This is Merida. Wonderful, wonderful pattern maker. Highly recommend. Yeah, I think it's I personally don't see other cosplay pattern makers much as competition because of the fact that like it's such a small industry of those of us who make cosplay patterns, especially like those of us who like that's our bread and butter, that's what we do for a living, that I like don't see the point in like being competitive and catty about it. The cosplay community is small. I know people in the cosplay community who are catty and they don't get opportunities anymore because of that. So, you know, good point. But also I don't see the point in it. I don't see the point in being catty. I don't see the point in being rude. I don't see the point in any of it. Like there they are. Like for example, another pattern company I love, Needle Workshop, based in Montreal, duo of 2. They do gorgeous, gorgeous work. Big fans of them. They make amazing things. I'm always so inspired seeing them work on patterns, especially as somebody who is in the same area of the country. It's so fun to see like local fellow Canadians make cosplay patterns, and they do really fantastic work, and I think they're awesome, frankly. Sorry, I just looked over and my cat, I have a bunch of pattern pieces on the floor right now because I'm in the middle of sewing, but I had to stop because I need to go to the fabric store, but I haven't been able to go to the fabric store because we've been in a heat wave. And my cat has taken refuge on my patterns. He's just sitting there. He's sitting on the pile like it's a blanket. He just sees things on the floor and he's like, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna sit there now. That's for me. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. Very cute. I'm gonna lock back in to do some more work because I've been yapping for 13 minutes. But I will be back, say in like a half hour to do some more chatting. In the meantime, before I go though, actually, I have something to do before I go. Where is it?
Dirty brown water.
Dirty brown water. You are all legally required to take a sip of whatever beverage you have near you and tell me what you are drinking. You are legally required to do so. I am drinking pink lemonade. Pepsi, hell yeah. I was about to say I love Pepsi. I don't drink pop. I don't drink any sort of like carbonated beverage, but Pepsi in my heart. Pepsi in my heart. Butter pecan iced coffee? Oh my god, that sounds so good. Dude, that sounds so good. Made a pineapple refresher mixed with green tea. Oh my god, you guys! Why are all of you drinking like the most delectable, delicious drinks right now? Oh my god. I want one. I want one of each of these, thank you. I will take one of each of these, thank you very much. Earlier I had pink drink. Oh, pink. Pink drink. I've never had the actual pink drink. But to be fair, I don't go to Starbucks. So I kind of don't get to try things very often. And then when I do, I get strawberry lemonade. I'm very predictable. I love a strawberry drink. It's good I work for them. Oh, so you get the good discounts. I love a drink that is pink. I love a strawberry lemonade. I love a pink lemonade. For my fellow Canadians, I love a Five Alive. I love a Five Alive. But yeah, I am going to lock back in. But before I do, Jeline, what are the vibes, my girl?
Hello. Hi.
Why are you behind the text, girl? Why are you hiding? Oh, I used to work for Dunkin'. That was peak coffee era. Free drinks when I work and 7 free food items a week. That's pretty good. That's not that bad at all. Jillian, one more time. Oh, why are you still behind that? Come on now. There we go. Okay. My only experience in fast food service specifically was I worked for McDonald's. That was my service to the world. Was I worked for McDonald's as a teenager, and it was a nightmare. It was terrible. I also worked for Walmart. Oh, I bet you have stories about that. Oh Lord. All right, I'm going to log back in. I will be back soon to chat some more. But for now, I'm locking back in. Mic's going off. Bye, everybody. I'll pipe in occasionally. Don't worry.
Michael! Don't leave me here! Michael! Michael! Help me!
My baby is here. My boy's here. My son. He got up from his time laying on my patterns and now he wants to be there. Yes. He's so sweet when he wants to be, and then watch, in about like 2 minutes, he's gonna decide he wants to start biting me. He'll like come and demand cuddles. Kimber's Daily Haunting. Kimber, what'd you get? Michael E.T. Still not one of the new pictures. But yes, Eric is so sweet. And he'll like come up and like beg for cuddles. And then when he decides he doesn't want to be cuddled anymore, he'll just start biting. Like he'll be in the middle of purring and he'll still be purring, but he'll also be biting me. But like, look at him right now. He's living for this. He's having the time of his life. Yeah. You're just the sweetest boy in the world. With your little paws on the desk? Come on, man. You're so cute. Kitty cam. He looks like a little businessman. Oh, Eric. What are you doing, Eric? Are you working on Pomni? You working on Pomni, Eric? Are you Freddy Fazbear? I wish I had a little hat to put you in, or like a little tie. All I have is my hands. Uh-huh. Oh, I guess that auto posted. Sorry, pausing for a brief moment. I accidentally messed up on my Instagram, I guess, and made it so that one of my posts auto-published when it was supposed to be manually published. My bad. Oopsies. Let me fix that. There we go. Back to this piece. Oh, no, Eric, I didn't mean to make you mad. I didn't mean to make you mad, buddy. Come on, no. Come on, man. No, I'm sorry. My chair creaked. I'm sorry. I can't help it, man. It just creaks. He's my little businessman. He's still purring. Sweet little guy. Sweet little Bink. Yeah. I'll go back to work and I'll mute the mic, but we'll see how long he survives here. He might sit here for like another 10 minutes if he's good. Dude. Look, do you see his tail? He's just standing on my desk. Okay, there he goes. He just got up and just decided to stand on my desk like nothing. Jerk.
Gonna swap scenes for a second to show you guys something. One second. My screen's off. That's even funnier. La 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 la. Oh, I just don't have any displays on. There we go. So I'm working on formatting Pomni right now. And look at the way the panels for her sleeves and her pants fit like perfectly in the page bounds. It's like those games where you have to like park the cars, or like it's almost like Tetris. But I keep thinking about those games where you have to like park those little cars. I don't know, something about it is so satisfying to me, the way that everything's fitting like perfectly in the squares of the paper. I don't know. It's satisfying to me personally. Hello? Wait, sorry. Look at Zen. Wait. Look at Zen. She didn't switch over, so now she looks really tiny behind the desk. Poor girl. Poor girl. Let me fix her. There she is. Her behind the desk like, hello? Hello? Can you let me out? Speaking of, hat time. Anyways, back I go. I just wanted to share that. Okay, that seems like a pretty normal selection of ads. That seems decently normal. That seems like Twitch is on their good behavior today. Sometimes Twitch is on weird behavior. Nice to see Twitch behaving. Drop that. Oh. What we got? New photo, new photo, new photo, new photo, new photo, new photo. Yes. Sorry, my 3D printer has gotten exceptionally loud. Oh, good lord. I dropped off yarn so I make cardigans for myself and none of them are colors I wear. I'm autistic and I don't like it. Well, she does it on purpose a lot more often to push me and I don't like it. She never spoke a sound boundary. I said, aww. I hope you can find a use for the yarn anyway. Even if it's not a color you like. Also, hi Kimber. Welcome back from your meetings. How's work going? Are they putting you to work today? They're working you to the bone. Good lord, my 3D printer is loud. She's yelling. Gotta redesign a whole page doing that now. Ooh, exciting. I'll most likely use it to make toys I'm gonna donate to the hospital. Oh, that'd be nice. I hope you're able to find a good use for the yarn. Yeah.
Was that the bite of 87?
The 3D printer's done. I'm gonna go grab something off of it. Yay! It's another piece of a K-pop Demon Hunter's light stick because I have to print a bajillion of these. 3 bajillion of these, thank you. I currently have a pile. I have like, I think this is the 6th one of these I have printed out right now, which make 3 full light sticks. So I have 3 full light sticks ready to ship right now. Out of like, I think I'm at like 40 I have to make. My bad. Eek. I'm also at work, uploading files, and while that's happening, working on my cosplay. Ooh, what cosplay are you working on? I'm mashing Pokemon and Monster Hunter and making a Volcarona themed armor set. Right now I'm making teeny tiny Larvesta babies to my Scout Flies. That is so fun. I love a good mashup cosplay. I think they're so fun, especially when it's like 2 equally nerdy things like Monster Hunter and Pokemon. That's so fun. I love the Monster Hunter armor sets. I don't play personally, but I've like taken a couple commissions for like patterning for some of them and I love them. Just pause pattern drafting to clean my workspace and get the yarn from my mom. Everybody's working! Yay! We're all being productive. This is good. This is what we should be doing on this Thursday that we didn't know was Thursday.
I bought Dream Surgicoat crochet pattern and printed my Sylveon reference pick and material list for my first crochet cosplay. Did you know you can crochet a sewing pattern? I've seen people do that before, and I've seen a couple people make like fully crocheted cosplays, and I think they're so awesome when like somebody like fully crochets a cosplay. I have the utmost respect for people who crochet. I was really into crochet when I was in like pre-middle school, so like when I was like 10 or 11, I was super into crochet and needle felting, and I love you fiber arts. I love you fiber arts. I love yarn. I love making things with yarn. I love it. I love it. I want to get back into crochet, but I have so many hobbies that I like don't have time for them all, to be quite frank. Also looking on YouTube. Hi, hope you're doing well today. Hello. I'm just doing some fun little co-working today. We're kind of having the mic off and listening to Nintendo music as I lock in to get some patterning done. And sorry, that's my 3D printer yelling in the background. Yeah, it really is yelling in the background. But so far so good. I am almost done the formatting for this Pomni, the rework of my Pomni pattern that I'm working on. And then when I'm done that, I get to work on another pattern. I think it's gonna be the medieval booty shorts, but I'm not too sure yet. Unsure. We'll see how I feel once I finish Pomni. I'm still like an hour or two away from finishing Pomni, so yeah. I think it might just be me in this chat. It's usually pretty quiet over on YouTube. YouTube, we get a lot more lurkers. Twitch, we get a lot more chatters, it seems. Which is cool either way. I know for a fact that when I watch live streams, I mostly lurk. So I completely understand. I usually put a stream on and then go start doing other work. So I understand my lurkers. I appreciate the lurkers. I appreciate anybody who just wants to come hang out with me, whether you talk or not. I'm like, yeah, come into my space. Let's hang out. Reorganizing my sewing room, and I think my cat is low-key shading me by stretching out on every surface I clear off, like, oh mom, didn't realize how much space we have in here. Cats just do that. They see like an open space, or they see like a collection of fabric, and they're like, oh, I lay down here now. I lay down here now, thank you so much. My cat loves to lay in dirty laundry piles. That's his personal cup of tea, and I find it so funny. He also loves laying on bath mats. I'll like go into the bathroom to like use the toilet, and he's just like sitting there loafed on the bath mat. It's awesome.
My support dog's full of personality. He climbs in dirty clothes baskets until I wash the clothes or shoo him out. That's so cute. I bet it's like also kind of annoying, but like also it's kind of cute. Also, I didn't say it. Hi, Darasum. Is that how you pronounce it? Darasum? And bombastic side eyes are real. Never had a pet so full of personality. Oh my god. I had a dog, my childhood dog, who passed away about like 2 years ago. And he had the most like human expressions in the world. He had like the most expressive little eyebrows and human expressions. He was awesome for that. And Loki on YouTube says, I heart cornflakes. I think they taste like sawdust, personally. That's my cornflake opinion. I think cornflakes taste like sawdust. And I know this because I one time inhaled sawdust when I was in a high school woodshop class, and it was not good. I think it's Darasum, but Star Wars nerds can correct me. It's a Mandalorian word. That's where you got me. Darasum. Okay. I like it. I love taking nerdy fantasy words and making them into usernames. They taste like good cardboard to me. They taste like... I guess, yeah, you could kind of say they taste like crispy cardboard. Like, they don't taste like soggy cardboard. It tastes like good... A cornflake is like a good crispy cardboard. You know what I mean? Y'all feel what I'm saying? I just come on stream and speak nonsense. What is this song? Oh, it's Pokemon. I'm like, this goes hard. It's Pokemon music. Of course it goes hard.
Howdy, and welcome to the adventuring party.
Darasum, thank you so much for the follow. I love that the emojis are behind all of my desk decorations. That's really funny. I messed that up. I should fix that. Desk decoration. Desk below widget. There we go. I'm like, that's a little weird. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the adventuring party and welcome to the stream. You guys know how like 20 minutes ago I said, I'm having so much fun like playing Tetris with all these Pomni pattern pieces. It stopped being fun. I just want out now. It's fun the first time you have to do Tetris to put all the Pomni pieces together, but here, let me show you. Like, oh, there goes the emoji spam again. Scary. Hello? I'm having to play Pomni Tetris right now. And I have to do this 8 times because I have 8 different sizes of the sewing pattern. The first 2 or 3 times, it's super fun. This is my 5th time. I'm tired of it now. I don't want to do it anymore. If it's any consolation, it's still Tetrising beautifully. Thank you. I love a good pattern Tetris. It's just... Oh, Zenirith again, girl? I've not yet set her to reset when I switch over to co-working. She's just kind of small. She's hiding behind the counter. Like, do you want something from the prize counter? Can I interest you in a prize? Leave her alone, she's on break. Exactly. Exactly, she's on break. Let her hide behind the counter. You cannot tell me if you've ever worked like a retail or customer service job that you've not like hid behind the counter a little bit. Like, what? No, I'm not here. No, I'm not here. No. No, I'm not here at all. What? I'll fix her. There she goes. I used to hide under the counter at my pizza place job back behind boxes of extra cups. I used to, when I worked at McDonald's, I would hide behind the drive-through drink machine. That's where I would hide from customers. I want the Chuck E. Cheese plush. It's an actual real plush. Everything on the prize counter is like a real life item that exists. Like, the Chuck E. Cheese plush is a vintage Chuck E. Cheese plush. The Figment one is. The E.T. one is. I have animatronic Buzzy. I have a Kermit plush that I own. A Miku figure that I own. The hot sauce bottle and can of like orange cream soda are props from the television show Future Man with Josh Hutcherson and Britt Lauer, who is Helly in Severance, that I own in real life. And then next to that is a Funko Pop of my partner Peter's D&D character Charm Dimeshore, who is one of Zenirith's little friends. And next to that is a CD of my OC, because I am OC pilled. I would fold extra large pizza boxes and make a fort of them and hide in those at my pizza job. See, it just seems that everybody who's worked at a pizza place just like is hiding. They're like, no, I don't want to deal with customers. Which frankly, every time I've been into a pizza place, those places seem chaotic and scary. I understand. I understand your heart. What is this song? Oh, it's a Splatoon 2 shoe shop song. Okay. I'm like, it's got a vibe to it. Pizza places are dark spaces. I went from being a nice little shy 16-year-old to fully cussing out grown men in like 2 years working in a pizza kitchen. That's real. Working in a kitchen will change you as a person. I would know my stepdad is a chef. My stepdad is like a professional chef. And the things he talks about like working in a kitchen, it sounds like the scariest place in the world. My grandmother used to own a bodega, and as a child, I used to make forts out of the mountain of cases of beer instead of helping her out. As you should. As you should. It's your job as a child to, like, be a little nuisance. That's your job and your passion. So it's like a character select from one of those early 2000s skate park games. I think that's kind of what Splatoon's, like, going for. So honestly, it seems like they did a good job. Have you ever played the arcade game Mappy? I loved that arcade game a lot as a kid. I have not. Arcade games I played as a kid, I loved the Deal or No Deal game at the Chuck E. Cheese. I also loved, I didn't even like play the arcade games. I would like go to Chuck E. Cheese, and I would specifically use my tokens on the games where you could get pictures or little ID cards. There was like a there was an arcade machine at my Chuck E. Cheese that would take a photo of you and then print out a randomly selected like fake ID card where it'd be like, you're one of the Chuck E. Cheese cops, or like, this is your ID card for being a super spy. And I would get like 3 or 4 of those every time I went to Chuck E. Cheese. Or like the one where you sat in like the car that rocked back and forth and then it would take a picture of you and then print it out. I loved that. And then I also loved the roller coaster simulator rides at my local Chuck E. Cheese. I would just sit in those. I loved a roller coaster simulator. I then also loved Deal or No Deal and Skee Ball. Skee Ball's a classic to me, but it was really funny the games I like latched onto as a kid. I loved any game that would give me like a physical like printout that I could take home with me, and I loved Deal or No Deal. I remember I would get in trouble because I would play Deal or No Deal so much. And my mom would be like, don't you want to use your tokens on something else? And I'd be like, nope, no deal. No deal. I used to spam the Cyclone game that was just the spinning light. I got really good at getting the jackpots. Oh my god, we had that at my Chuck E. Cheese. It was Jeopardy themed. It was themed to Jeopardy, and I sucked at it. But to be fair, I was a child. I don't think it was my job to be good at video games. I think it was my job to feel joy in my heart. I also had the Chuck E. Cheese that didn't have the whole band of animatronics. It just had Chuck E. standing on a stage. And I was so scared that he was going to eat me, which is really funny now knowing. Wait, can I get Jillian to say the right line? Jillian, what do you think about animatronics eating kids? Okay, I wanted her to say, was that the bite of 87, but holy moly, actually is pretty good. I had one of those at my Chuck E. Cheese. I got a Superstar ID card. Exactly! You understand. You get it. You are my people. I would get so many of them. I loved them. Oh my god. Sorry, I love this song. This is, I love this. It just doesn't tell me what the songs are anymore. This is just for me to like know in my heart, I guess. It just stopped listing them. I think this is a Tomodachi Life song. If I'm not wrong. Because I think I used it, or it's like, I think this might be the 3DS theme song, or it's something from Tomodachi Life. I don't know. Either way, this song, I use it as background music sometimes in my videos because I love it so much. Like, I'm bopping to this. No, I was scared of the Chuck E. animatronic we had at my Chuck E. Cheese because I was afraid he was going to eat me. He did not. Do not fret. He did not eat me. However, genuine concern of me as a child. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Chuck E. Cheese. I'm gonna die. And my family's gonna laugh at me. They're gonna laugh at me because I died. I got a complaint 3 years ago. I'm talking like a couple months into my pattern making journey that the way I laid out my patterns left too much space and like wasted too much paper. And ever since, I've been like hyper aware of how much paper each of my patterns like use when they're printed. And so I'm always playing like the most intense game of Tetris to try and reduce waste as much as possible. It's really funny. Like, there's barely an inch wasted here. Everything is Tetrised so perfectly. Because every time I think about that one person who like left a review and they were like, wasted way too much paper. There's no reason this needed to take as many pages as it did. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I was doing crazy things back then. I know better now. But it haunts me. Meanwhile, I bought a Big 4 pattern a few years ago that used an entire sheet of tissue paper for one pattern piece. See, sometimes I'm harsh on myself, and then I hear things like that, and I'm like, wait, maybe I'm actually not doing that bad. Sometimes people come at me, and they tell me my patterns aren't size inclusive enough, which always makes me really insecure. Because my patterns go from extra small to 3x, and I for my own sanity, physically cannot make a larger pattern range because that's 8 sizes and I'm one person, and if I ever want to release patterns, I have to limit it. But then I hear about things like Big 4 pattern that uses an entire sheet of tissue paper for one pattern piece, or one pattern company where the largest size they went up to is my medium. I was flabbergasted. Like, I was looking at this pattern in the store from one of the Big 4 pattern companies, and their extra large was what on like my size chart is my medium, which meant that I couldn't fit into the pattern. And I'm not small by any means, but I'm not very large either. Like, I would consider myself like perfectly normal sized. Like, I don't know, I guess I call myself normal size because this is the size that I'm used to being. But like, I'm not plus sized. I comfortably fit into like a large or an extra large in most clothing brands. And this pattern's extra large was like a medium. I was so confused by it. So I try not to be too harsh on myself because sometimes, well, honestly, some patterns I've seen tile so that it's the most inconvenient to put it back together, like one medium-sized piece sat smack dab in the corner of 4 sheets of paper. Sometimes I can understand why people do that. A lot of times it has to do with like making sure details don't get cut off by you having to tape the pieces of paper together. But at the same time, sometimes it is so... Sometimes people just waste paper because they don't know better. And so I try and like Tetris things as closely and densely packed as I possibly can. Because I'm like, I don't want to waste paper. I know you don't want to have to print out 80 pieces of printer paper and cut them out and tape them all together. I don't want to make you do that. Sometimes I have to. But I don't want to make you do it. Like, I don't want to do that to you. Then can you stop lagging? Disconnect. Connect. Can you stop lagging? She's lagging. That's rude. Do I have too many things open? Probably do. Let me close some things. Girl? Okay, she's just being mean. Give her a second. She'll correct herself eventually. I know she does. Sometimes she likes to be slow for some reason. Oh, my terrible bitrate too. Oh no. Oh, it seems like I just had like a bad Wi-Fi spike. Okay. Evil. Evil and cruel. Cruel and evil to me. Oh well, we persevere.
Dirty brown water.
Redeeming a hydration check, you are all now legally obligated to take a sip of your drink. Thank you very much. And also, if you haven't told me what you're drinking... Oh! I just spilled some juice. If you haven't told me what you're drinking, you're legally obligated to tell me what you're drinking, too, because I'm curious. I'm drinking lemonade. Switch to a matcha latte. Oh, if it wasn't so hot out. If it wasn't so hot out, I would be drinking like a hot chocolate or a latte. The Coke I got with my Wendy's breakfast, I should probably go get something fresh. If it ain't broke. Oh, it's iced. Okay, smart. I was thinking about having like a hot chocolate this morning when I woke up, and then I looked at the temperature and saw it was like 27 Celsius outside and was like, can't do that to myself. It feels wrong. Still drinking my refresher. Yes. The heat wave was supposed to end on Tuesday. It is now Thursday and we are still in this heat wave. And I feel crazy. I don't even go outside and I feel crazy. I literally work in like the coldest basement in the world. You can see me, I'm wrapped in a blanket right now. But I need it to be cooler outside for my sanity's sake. $27°C. I wish. It's nearly 36°C. Google helped, so if I'm wrong, I blame them. Oh god, that sounds terrible. Let me Google what it feels like with the Humidex here. Oh, okay, it's actually not that bad. It's not that bad. It's 26 and it feels 26. Thank god. I'm drinking water, so I spray him with dirty brown water. Oh, Alan smiling friends. How I love you so. God, yeah, it got up to like feeling like it was like 36, 37 Celsius earlier this week, and it was abysmal out there. All of my roommates work outside of the house, so my partner Peter and my two roommates and our two roommates. And I was speaking to all of them. I was like, how you feeling? They were like, bad, thank you. Gotta keep him hydrated. Heat stroke is no joke. It is not. I got heat exhaustion in the middle of Epcot, the Disney World Park Epcot. And let me tell you, horrible experience. Horrible experience. I think it's even worse at a theme park that is so expensive because I know that I'm spending hundreds of dollars to come to this theme park and enjoy it, and I'm dying. Yeah, it is no joke. Believe me, I am texting. At least during like the peak of the heat wave, I was like texting my partner Peter like every hour being like, are you okay? Are you drinking water? Are they making sure that you get breaks?
Oh my god, I got heat stroke at Disney's Hollywood Studios. No, 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 no. Wait. No. Don't. You don't know what you just unlocked. You don't know what you just unlocked. While Coconut Mall is playing. Hollywood Studios has a severe problem with having no shade. Like, anywhere. Like, Galaxy's Edge, wide open spaces just of concrete. Toy Story Land, they only finally just started to install shade, like, this year. But before that, you'd be lucky if they had, like, one foldable umbrella up to make sure that, like, a cast member doesn't die of heat stroke. Otherwise, you're, like, completely in the sun. It's crazy there how, like, little shade they have in certain areas of the park. Like, they want you to die there. Come to Hollywood Studios. We want you to die. This was like 10 years ago. I went right down outside of that car show arena. Oh my god, Lights, Motors, Action. No, it was bad then and it's bad now. They do not prioritize shade in that park and it is not good. It's not good, man. Holiday World / Splash and Safari is the peak theme park for shade. Ooh, where is that? I think I've heard of it, but I don't know where it is. I've heard of Holiday World, at least. It's in Santa Claus, Indiana, and yes, the whole town has Christmas stuff everywhere. It's the best. Like how Hershey, Pennsylvania has Hershey stuff everywhere? Yes! I love a town with a silly name that, like, leans into the fact that they have a silly name. Thank God. Thank God. More fun. More whimsy in our cities. Everything is getting, like, beige and gray and minimalist. We need more fun and whimsy in our towns and in our architecture. You can tell this is something I'm passionate about. My voice just raised. I'm like, yes! I love when things are themed. I love when things are themed, I say, as if my stream is not literally themed around a messy sewing desk in an arcade. Bring back 80s, 90s color palettes. What? Who said that? Certainly not me. Certainly not me with, like, my, like, extremely 80s and 90s and 70s inspired, like, everything. The fact that everything I own is, like, a shade of, like, pastel purple and blue, and that transitions to my branding and my stream and my VTuber. Looking at you, Taco Bell. The minimalist taco... More colorful McDonald's. Dude, wait, have you guys seen... If anybody else is passionate about this, I'm gonna pull up something for you. I'm gonna pull up something for you. If you're passionate about colorful McDonald's, watch this documentary. It's called Non-Standard. It's a documentary about non-standard McDonald's. It's free on YouTube. It rules. When Kimber came to visit, when Merciless Gecko, our mod Kimber, came to visit, like 2 weeks ago, we went to Taco Bell at one point, and they'd recently renovated our Taco Bell. And let me tell you guys, scariest place in the world to go inside a Taco Bell that is completely gray. It is gray, and there are maybe 4 chairs in there. They do not want you to sit and eat in this restaurant. They want you to get your food and get out. It was so ugly. Back in my day, McDonald's was colorful and Pizza Hut was a ding-dang hut. Exactly. One of my local McDonald's, a couple years ago, they did like the renovation that they're doing to all the McDonald's where they make them like gray and boring. And they took out the play place. And now where the play place used to be, they didn't even put tables there, guys. They didn't even put tables there. They just left it blank. They just cut down the walls of where the play place used to be, took the play place out, and put nothing there. It's just an empty space now. For no reason. I don't understand why they did it. Like, they ruined the soul of this McDonald's. It's now, like, sad. T-shirts, cups, mugs, the works. Man, I can't even show you this. Also, Loki on YouTube says, bring back the arcade carpets. I have a lava lamp next to me on my desk that has like an arcade carpet pattern on this. You don't know how dedicated I am to the arcade carpets. First set of nails I made the other day, because I got into press-on nails. Arcade carpet inspired. The set of nails I bought at the convention I was at, YetiCon, 2 weeks ago, which was my first time ever buying press-on nails despite not liking wearing nails, or at least I thought I didn't like them. I bought them because they were arcade carpet. Like, I am the arcade carpet guy. My Pizza Hut got rid of the play place but brought back the buffet. I am conflicted. Pizza Huts had play places? No way. I knew Burger King's had play places, because I remember once going to a Burger King that had a play place. But I was not a Pizza Hut guy, to be fair. My family was not a Pizza Hut family. They had play places? That's crazy. Back in my day, restaurants were colorful and teens snuck out to the parks. Back in my day, the world had whimsy to it. Now it's all gray and sad. And that's why you will never see me... My Pizza Hut had a whole arcade, like Chuck E. Cheese level arcade? Oh my god. Now I understand why people are so devastated by like the downgrade of Pizza Hut. This place sounds like it ruled. What the hell? Man, I was missing out. You will never see me like enjoy boring colors and like boring beige and stuff. No, I need colors in my life. I write everything with bright pink and bright blue pens. These aren't even like the most novelty of the mugs I have. I collect like vintage McDonald's glasses and drink out of them. Not the ones that have lead paint in them, to be fair. I don't drink out of those ones. We own one glass that has lead paint on it and it's purely for display. But like I own novelty glasses. I own old theme park memorabilia. We have a room upstairs that essentially is like the, it's like the version of a man cave, if instead of it being like a man cave for sports, it was two, autistic gay people in their 20s, who love to go to the thrift store. That's like full of theme park memorabilia, specifically, like old Disney parks. I love old Disney parks. Old Canada's Wonderland, like specifically when Canada's Wonderland first opened and they had this logo. I need to find a photo of it. Oh my god, she was so pretty. Shut up. Man, the current Canada's Wonderland logo looks so ugly compared to this. I collect old Canada's Wonderland stuff. Because, dude, this was their logo. The mountain, the waterfall, the stars. This is like the peak of like 80s kitsch, the rainbow. I specifically collect old Canada's Wonderland stuff that I can find at flea markets and thrift stores. And so far, I have like collectible thimbles with like Canada's Wonderland on them. And I love it. I like collect old theme park memorabilia. I collect Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. We collect a lot of plushes. We collect VHS tapes. We have a lot of VHS tapes because they're dirt cheap at thrift stores. And physical media is peak. I found vintage crochet Care Bear pattern. I don't know what I'm doing this coming weekend. I love Care Bears. Yes! Yes! I don't know, not to sound like nostalgia pilled, but some things just used to be so much more fun, and they're not fun anymore. Everything's gone beige and sad. I don't want to be beige and sad anymore. I want color, I want joy, I want whimsy. I want ugly Freddy Fazbear mug. Hopefully the color comes back. Like the parks! Exactly. Listen, I am gonna be a large proponent of big colors and kitsch and loud things until the end of time. Like, not to be like Zenirith is a prime example of that, but like let me zoom out on her. Sorry, she has to be so small because she's standing behind the desk. But like, I think Zenirith is a prime example of the fact that I'm like a big proponent of like color and sparkle and joy. Like, she's in a glittery fringe cowboy jacket, and her belt buckle is like an arcade coin slot. And she's wearing thigh-high boots, and she has hair bigger than God, and she has like a pink, dinky little cowboy hat. Like, I need color and joy and whimsy and sparkle and merriment in my life, or else I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy. Also, speaking of Zenirith, can I point out a fun Zenirith detail that I don't think gets enough love? She has glitter freckles. Like, when I turn her head, like, her freckles, like, glitter. And then, like, the glitter on her... Sorry, I just realized I zoomed right in on her boobs. Like, the glitter on her jacket sparkles, too. Bunchata, I owe you the world. Okay, I'm clocked out now. Big fan of the Freddy mug. Also big fan of glitter freckles. I needed some sort of mug. I wanted to like turn the prize counter into like a little desk for Zenirith to work at, and I needed some sort of mug. And so I was like trying to think of like something to put, like a novelty mug, and I couldn't find anything that I liked well enough. And so I knew there were a couple of really ugly Five Nights at Freddy's mugs. So I just googled FNAF mug, and this was the ugliest one I could find. He looks dehydrated. He looks dehydrated and also scared. I love him. I'm a big fan of pastel. It's why I'm a sweet Lolita. Hell yeah. Okay, I have finished. He looks like Boss's baby from Smiling Friends. Eh. Wow, beautiful, wow. I have finished Tetrising for Pomni, finally. That took forever. That took way too long. Thank God it's done. Save me. Now I have to, do the pattern book. Tetris complete. Now I have to do the pattern book and make the illustrations for the pattern book. Yippee! Thank you, Gypsum Math. Thank you, Math. Yippee! He looks like he got microwaved into clay. He looks like he found out the secret of the mimic. To be quite frank. He looks like kind of scary. Not gonna lie. Like, he's scary, but like it endears me. For some reason, whenever the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics are like supposed to look scary, I find it like endearing. I'm like, oh, that's my friend. That's my friend, Freddy Fazbear. That's oomph. That's Oomphy Fazbear. That's Freddy. Oomph Fazbear. Specifically, I have always been in love with the Five Nights at Freddy's endoskeletons. I love them so much. I think they look so dinky, and I love them. And I think that's why I have fallen in love with the Mimic, specifically in Secret of the Mimic, because I love an endoskeleton. I love Bonnie so much, bro. Man, I love Bonnie. I love all of them. Five Nights at Freddy's is whimsy to me. Do I have any notions? Ah, ad break. Please be brave, my Twitch warriors. Pattern room is so clean now to finish my cosplay budget. Yay! So productive! Yay! I love that everybody's been, like, well productive today. We're all getting things done. Born to love FNAF, forced to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Listen, if we don't go to Chuck E. Cheese is gonna close. We have to keep going. We have to keep them in business. We don't have much left. Okay, I have to lock in again. I have to lock in and finish this pattern book, and it's a little hard to write a pattern book and also talk. But I will pop in when I can, I promise. Everybody else lock in with me. Lock in! Actually, before I go. Jeline, what do you think of locking in?
Mole, mole.
Pole pole. To be a FNAF kid in 2015, oh baby I was. Oh, baby, I was. I can't do that. I was about to put my leg up on the desk like a freak. I didn't think that through. You would have been able to see my feet. I have a Five Nights at Freddy's tattoo. Like, I'm in. I'm in Five Nights at Freddy's. I was a Five Nights at Freddy's kid. I'm a Five Nights at Freddy's adult now. Only sort of sus ad was sports betting. Damn. Nothing funny. We'll get him next time, boys. Okay, locking in.
Bye, Gypsum Moth. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. Have a good one. Bye, Bunny. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Ole mole.
Why does it not want to show the new ones, man? Again? Your collection of Michaels is scary.
like to drum my fingers against my lips sometimes, just like idly while I'm working. And it's so funny looking over at the VTuber at Zanirith, and she does not know what to do when I do that. Like, look at this. My mouth is completely shut, but because I have fingers in front of it, she throws a tantrum. It's very funny to me. She's got a lot to say. She's a talkative girl, and I'm silencing her. I am like mere inches away from finishing this Pomni rework. I can smell the end. I thought I'd get 2 patterns done today, but this ended up taking way longer than I thought, so I think this might be the only pattern I get done today. Oops. My bad. Happens. Happens sometimes. Sometimes that's life. I set very ambitious goals for myself, to be fair. I'm always like, I can do this and this and this and this, and sometimes I do it all. Sometimes I don't. Today is one of those days where I didn't. But I can't beat myself up too much about it because it means, oh my god, I spent extra time making sure that this pattern turned out like good and that I'm happy with this rework. Oh no. You got this. Thank you. Almost there. I just have to update the listings. I just realized my mic's still on. Oops. I meant to mute that. Sorry that you can hear the sounds of my 3D printer. These pattern updates are funny though, I will say, since I'm here. These pattern updates are funny because from like the front end, like if you're just looking at my website, it looks like I've done nothing. But from the back end, if you like actually like buy a pattern and you look at it, you realize that I've like changed everything about the patterns, and it's like, oh, okay, this makes sense now. See. All right. I have this spreadsheet that has a list of like every single pattern I've ever made that like I sell in my shop. For like keeping track of things. And I'm just looking at it now, and I'm trying to update like every single one of my patterns, and then the ones that I'm not updating, I'm retiring essentially. So that means right now I have updated 20 patterns, I have retired 11, and I have 22 patterns left to update or retire. So I'm at 31 that I've updated or retired, and 22 left, which means I'm over halfway there. But oh my god, 22 is a horrifically daunting number. Because some of these are definitely going to require full redrafts. And I don't want to do that. I'm going to, but I can also whine and kick my feet a little bit about it. Because it's just going to be tedious. Because Pomni essentially got a redraft. Also, hi Gaming Panda, how are you? Pomni technically got a redraft. But it's a little bit... What was I saying? This music is distracting me. Pomni technically got a redraft because she got completely re-size graded, and I got the pattern like touched up a little bit with different sizes. Do you ever sell commissions that you made for people on your store? Yes, I do. If I look at my list of sewing patterns right now and I go through them, I can tell you which ones are commissions. Bridget Jacket, Cal Kestis, Echo, Enforcer Vi, Hawkeye, which is retired, Imogen, Jinx's Accessories, Kate Bishop, Mel, who is also retired, the Progress Vest, or 4, Rio Ranger Accessories, that's 5. I thought more of these would be things that people have commissioned for me. Commissioned from me, I mean. But at least 5 of my patterns are commissions that I've turned into actual things. Also, I'm good, Gaming Panda. I have been locked in and hard at work today, and I thought I would get a lot more work done than I did. But it turns out I underestimated pattern Tetris and how long pattern Tetris takes when you have to do it 8 times in a row. 8 times in a row of like complex pattern Tetris. It takes 3 hours. Well, it took like... It took like 2 hours, and then I had a half hour where I was formatting the patterns, and then a half hour working on the pattern book. But now Pomni is updated. She, to the outsider, does not look any different than she once did. But to me, she does. If you're like looking at the like listing photo, oh god, that's large before I turn that on. God, why are you so big? Look at this, she's huge. Hi, can I make you like 500? Okay, not like that, 500. There we go. Like if you look at her listing photo here, she doesn't look any different than she did before. Admittedly. But she's gotten like a bunch of quality of life updates. She's been completely redrafted, like with new size grading, and the pattern book also had some spots rewritten for better clarity, and some spots just touched up, and then the pattern book was completely reformatted with new illustrations as well. So she's like gotten like a whole rework, which is what I'm doing with a lot of my patterns. I have like an entire section called Recently Updated on my shop now, which is just all patterns that either have been made since I started doing the Recently Updated series, or have been updated. Which essentially means that they either got redrafted or they got reworked, essentially, to be up to modern standards. Because I want things to be up to a certain level of quality. I think people deserve a certain level of quality. So
I've been hard at work at that in between commissions and stuff. I've got a lot of commissions. To be fair, I've got a lot of commissions on the go right now. I think I have like 5 or 6 of them. Wonderful clients. Lots of love in my heart for my clients. I'm very, very appreciative. I think I have to stop taking commissions for a while though, because I need to work on my own stuff. When you update the patterns, do people that have already bought them get the updated version? Yes. So the way my patterns work is that everything's hosted in Google Drive, which means that anytime I make an update to a pattern, you should be able to go into the Google Drive and see the update as soon as it drops. But if not, I also tell people that they can just shoot me an email, cosplaying@gmail.com, and I just send them the update for free. If you buy a pattern from me, you get free lifetime updates unless something drastically changes, like I decide to retire a pattern and then make a different outfit for the same character. Like, for example, if I say retired my Vi pattern, you don't get Enforcer Vi for free because that's a different pattern. But like, for example, I completely redrafted Vi from scratch about a month ago. Anybody who had the old version of Vi now can get the redraft for absolutely free. So that's kind of what we're working with here. I realized that I literally own your Peacemaker pattern from years ago. I discovered this a few days ago when I dug up my old cosplay and thought about remaking the top. Oh my god. You and me, you with your ancient Peacemaker cosplay, me with my ancient Peacemaker pattern. I might rework it for season 2, depending on if there's like hype for it. Like, I'm excited for Peacemaker season 2. I have not heard anybody talk about it, which makes me sad. And I'm hoping that more people will talk about it like when the show actually like drops and stuff and people will start talking about Peacemaker again. Because if they do, I might rework the pattern, but right now it's technically retired. It's technically one of my dead retired ones. The retired patterns are essentially just patterns that I don't want to rework. Yes, Eric? My cat's whining. Listen, Peacemaker is timeless. I'll talk about it. I will also talk about it. I'll never forget guesting at Fan Expo Canada in 2022. And somebody came up to my booth and they were talking to me. In the middle of them talking to me, all of a sudden I go, "Are you cosplaying Vigilante?" Like, in that exact tone of voice. Like, it all of a sudden clicked for me and I got so excited. I cannot wait for Peacemaker season 2. I'm very excited about it. I loved season 1. I love season 1. I hope people get hyped about season 2 so that I can rework my pattern. If not, he exists retired on my website in his 2022 glory. I cannot vouch that he is the best pattern I have ever made, but he is a pattern that is available. That's the thing about the retired patterns. I can't vouch that they're like the best patterns in the world because they were retired for a reason. But they are usable. They are usable. They just have a dip in quality compared to what I make these days. Vigilante, baby girl! You get it. He's baby girl. I didn't even want to watch that show because I was so burnt out on the superhero thing, but OMG, so glad I did, right? It's like a refreshing superhero thing. Like, I feel like for a while there, especially with, like, superhero movies and TV shows and stuff, we were getting a lot into, like, the same thing over and over and over again, in a way, where it just felt like nobody was, like, innovating, but Peacemaker felt so, like, refreshing. Peacemaker felt so refreshing and so fun. And I hope season 2 carries that on. I hope season 2 is fun too. Peacemaker. Sorry. Now I'm thinking about how much I want to cosplay Vigilante. Oh, the voices. Oh no. It's been like this since 2022. If the new season bites me in the butt, you never know. You never know. You never know. The only cosplay I have planned right now is Bill Cipher, which needs to get done in the next week because I'm wearing it next weekend at DashCon 2. But other than that, it's so funny. Fan Expo Canada is in August, so essentially exactly 2 months from now. I usually have, like, new cosplays planned for Fan Expo, but because I've been to so many conventions this year already, I have already made, like, new cosplays that I want to wear to Fan Expo. So I don't even have any new cosplays I'm wearing to Fan Expo for the first time in years, because I'm usually debuting a new cosplay at Fan Expo. But this year it is Rhea, Chapel, and Bolin, which are all costumes I've worn before.
I have vigilante armor patterns. Together we have it all. Oh my god. Ashley, stop. I'm gonna make an irresponsible decision if you say that. I can't wait to see your Bill Cipher cosplay. Do you want to see the design sketch? Do you want to see the design sketch? I say pulling it up anyways. You get to see the design sketch. I have to find it. Where did I put it? Is it in? There it is. I did like the dinkiest little sketch to try and get things down in my mind of how I wanted the pattern to look. Dinky, dinky, dinky. Oh, it's pretty big. Let me scale it down. It is based off of his Tumblr Sexy Man design. It is based off of like the iconic Tumblr Sexy Man design. So I did a stream where I patterned the vest and the undershirt, and I'm currently working on the vest. I haven't started the undershirt yet because I have to go to the store. But it's like a dinky little sketch. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get all of this done because I really am working on a time crunch. I didn't realize how much of a time crunch I'd be working on. Especially since I've had the Huntrix light sticks go viral, so my days have kind of been eaten up by like working on making those and packing those. So I haven't had as much time for Bill as I thought, and now DashCon 2 is a week away, and I'm like kind of panicking. But I'm gonna be able to pull it together. I'm gonna sew essentially all this weekend and see how much I get done. Oh my god, it looks great. Love a sketch. Thank you guys. I'm excited. He's gonna be silly. He's gonna be silly. He's gonna be fun. He's gonna be easy and laid back because I'm judging the costume contest, and the costume contest is really low key. Like I think they told me that they have like categories like best Blorbo. And I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I expect from DashCon 2. I do not expect a serious craftsmanship contest from DashCon 2. I expect to judge a silly contest, and so I'm bringing a silly costume. So, working on the vest right now. When I'm done stream and my partner gets home from his job, we're gonna go to the fabric store, buy me a zipper, buy me some glitter vinyl, because he has like a cape that he wears with like an eye on the back, and I want to make like the eye in like black glitter, like Cricut vinyl. Buy some snaps to snap the cape onto the vest, and then I am set for actually like finishing sewing the vest, which is really good because once the vest is done, I'll feel a lot better. The undershirt, I don't want to sew, to be quite frank. I'm like being lazy. I don't want to sew it, but I'm gonna, so, ugh. If I decide I don't want to sew the undershirt, I might just go buy 2 button-up shirts and just slash them together, because it's essentially like a white button-up shirt with black sleeves in a way. And I just like, I don't know, I'm like being lazy. I don't want to make it. I'm like, don't make me do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm just also going to whine about it for some reason. And also, since I've gotten into making press-on nails, that's my new thing. I'm gonna make custom like big honky claws for Bill that are like yellow and have like bricks in his eyes on them. It's gonna be fun. You guys have to trust my vision. It's gonna come together. I'm gonna be like cunty drag Bill Cipher, if that makes any sort of sense in words. I have a concept. I have concepts of a plan. There's something going on up here. It might be something crazy, but there is something going on up here. My music stopped. What the? Anyways. Oh. There we go. I have concepts of a plan. You must understand. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's going to come together. I just think because I'm like a week out from the convention, essentially, I'm like 9 days out, and the costume isn't done, I'm starting to freak out because I hate con crunch. I hate con crunching. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, okay? And then it's gonna be like this. Yippee! It's gonna be yippee. Thank you. It's gonna be awesome. I just have to do it. I'm like saying this like I'm trying to prove it to you guys, but in reality, I'm trying to prove it to myself. Like, yes, you can do this. You can do this. You'll be okay. You can live. Live. I'm just so busy. I didn't expect to be so busy this year, but I am, between like work and trips and life and immigration. Guys, please, if you need to get out of the country that you live in, immigrate to a new country. However, God, immigration is a trip. I can't get into details because it genuinely, it involves A, private information, and B, if you talk too much about immigration and immigration finds out, they'll get mad at you, which I think is really funny. But immigrating is crazy. I can say this though, my favorite part about immigrating, I'm not the one that immigrated, it was my partner Peter. He used to live in Florida, he now lives with me. This year he finally became a permanent resident of Canada after like a bunch of scary scares where he almost didn't make it. But one of the funniest parts about permanent residency was that because he's my partner, and he came here to live with me, we had to submit proof of our relationship as well as a written paragraph about how we met to the Canadian government. And you guys, writing to the Canadian government a paragraph about how we met via Broadway musical Be More Chill cosplay and then spent time together talking in Discord is humiliating. Like, I'm proud of how that's how we met. I think it's like quintessentially us. It's like awesome. But having to tell the government that you met through like literal Broadway cosplays and then spent all your time on Discord together makes us sound crazy. 90 Day Fiancé, literally. That was our life. That was our life. I'm glad that we're mostly through it now. We have to import his car, which has been like a big scary thing. The government doesn't make it, this government does not make this thing easy. But he's a permanent resident now, so we've made it through all that. But literally laughing at my desk, imagining the government reading this. No, imagine the government reading this and then also getting photos of the two of us to like prove our relationship. And I have to be real with you guys. Peter and I sometimes can look scarily similar in certain lights. And so imagine, like, this is us. We're a couple. We're trying to prove to the government that we're a couple. And in all our photos, we look like siblings. We're never beating the siblings or dating allegations. We're also never beating the allegations of being two lesbians, which we're not. I'm non-binary. He's a man. Like, we're not lesbians. But we go out in public, people think we're two lesbians. Like, never beating the allegations. I did the same thing for my spouse's visa and permanent residency, and I feel bad for whatever government employee had to read 5 screenshotted pages of our text messages and our Skype call logs. You get it! Oh my god, that's exactly what we had to do! I know some people when they apply for permanent residency have to like submit the first time they ever talked. They didn't make us do that. But if they did, it would be really funny because I think the first time we ever talked was like an Instagram DM of like Peter responding to my Instagram story being like, "You can do it!" While I was painstakingly hand painting all the circuitry on my Squip cosplay. And I just think, I hope whatever government agent like had to read our stuff and like approve our permanent residency application got a kick out of it. That's all I want. They caused us hell, they caused us strife. Applying for permanent residency was genuinely one of the most frustrating things I've ever done in my life. But I hope that one employee got a laugh. That would be so hard to track down if you've been together for a long time. It was 5 years. We were almost at 5 years of knowing each other. And so we had to like go way back to find that. Because we just did it because we were curious. And also because we were like, well, if the government asks for it, we should have it. But it was so funny. It'd be so hard to track down if you've been together for a long time. Exactly. And especially if you were like messaging on like certain platforms where like maybe the messages don't exist anymore. Like, I can imagine it would be so difficult. I'm very glad that the government just wanted like photos of us and that story of how we met. And that was it. Me looking at some of my friends where we met on Gaia or Skype, like, rest in peace, Skype. Rest in peace, Skype. You unfortunately had to die due to the fact that you're not relevant anymore.
But, you know, I will miss you. Or Gmod. Oh my god. The way I've met all my friends, essentially, is in harrowing ways. Like, most of my friends that, like, I talk to on a regular basis these days, I've met through cosplay, or I've met through, multi-fandom roleplay. Which I think explaining multi-fandom roleplay to the government, it would be worse than having to explain cosplay. Like, cosplay is, like, decently mainstream enough that, like, most people understand if you're like, oh, I go to Comic-Con and I dress up. And they're like, oh, yeah, I saw that on The Big Bang Theory. Trying to explain multi-fandom roleplay to people? Try to explain this to a boomer. Try to explain this to a boomer. I wonder who that was. I don't know, man. I've tried to make friends via cosplay and stuff, and they just see me as a fan, lol. I think it can be hard to do it online in some ways. I think it's a lot easier, like, in person in some ways, and a lot easier online in some ways. I don't know. I've just sort of made it work, and now I've had most of my, like, close-knit group of friends I've known for years at this point. So I'm like, I'm locked in, I'm set. I have my group of friends, and if I make new friends, that's a wonderful thing. But if I don't make new friends, oh no. I met my spouse through OC Roleplay on Chitango, and I tell people we met through online gaming because I'm not explaining that to anyone Gen X or older. I explain multi-fandom roleplay to my parents as online D&D. I call it online D&D, and then they go, oh, okay. I'm like, that tells them what they need to know. I'm like, it's online D&D, and we do it in a way where they can, like, text each other, which is the polite way of explaining Discord multi-fandom roleplay. But I did meet my boyfriend via fanfiction.net. I love that. I love that. Me having to explain cosplay to my parents when an anime con came near our town. I've had a few partners online, and the way I've had to put it as to how we met. Like, I can't say we met RPing OCs on Gaia Online. Listen. I will never forget being, I think I was like 11 or 12, and I had like online friends that I met through a Minecraft server that we played Minecraft on like every day, all day during the summer. And they would all be on Skype calls together, but not me. Because I was taught internet safety. I was taught not to give your Skype to strangers. And I remember asking my mom if I could give my Minecraft friends my Skype, and my mom was like, no. Which in hindsight, yeah, obviously. And at the time, even at the time, I was like understandable. I was like, yeah, of course. My mom would not let me give my Skype to strangers. Like, yeah, that makes sense. But at the time, I was so sad. I wanted to be on Skype with my Minecraft friends so bad. I was reading his one fanfiction I thought was a straight X-Men fic, and it was Yaoi. Let's go! X-Men Yaoi! My first online boyfriend is the reason I asked for a phone, but I told my mom I just want a phone so I could listen to anime trance music on YouTube, not to call my Gaia boyfriend. Oh my god! That's worse than me asking my mom to Skype my Minecraft friends, actually. I gotta... One sec, guys. I gotta call up my Gaia Online boyfriend, but my mom can't know. Shh. My mom can't know I'm calling my Gaia Online boyfriend. I'm only laughing at this because I love you and you're my best friend. We've been together for like 7 or 8 years. That is so cute. That is so cute. Can love bloom on fanfiction.net. Can love bloom on Instagram.com. Can love bloom on Discord. Can love bloom on Chitango. Chatango. I keep calling it Chitango. That's like a... Can love bloom in all these places? Yes. Love can bloom wherever you want love to bloom, baby. Sometimes it blooms on Discord.com. It's a long distance. He lives in Las Vegas. Long distance is the worst, man. Hell on earth. Hell on earth. Calling my boyfriend gone wrong, not clickbait? Thank you, Loki. Really good. Really good.
calling my Gaia boyfriend gone wrong? I remember when I would have to explain like online friends to my mom when I was a teenager, I would just tell her that we met at summer camp. I'd be like, yeah, they were in town for summer camp, but they actually like go to school somewhere else. And my mom would be like, uh-huh. Sure. I don't think she believed me. I was not a good liar. Is there a bug in my lemonade? No, we're good. I got scared there for a second. Ugh. We make it work like watching movies or fun. We get the movies ready and count down from 3. I do that with my friends. We'll like stream movies in Discord. That's how I watched K-pop Demon Hunter the other week. Not the other week, the other day. On Saturday. I watched K-pop Demon Hunter because one of my friends streamed it on Discord. And we all watched it together. It was so fun. There's ways to make distance work. It can be hard, but good communication makes it so worth it. Oh, exactly. And well, good communication is the key to any relationship, especially if you're like an adult. If you're an adult and you can't communicate your needs in a relationship, you shouldn't be in a relationship. That's my hot take. I'm 24 years old and I speak like I have wisdom. How can you stream movies on Discord? You can share your screen. You can share your screen and share the audio from your screen and then just stream the movie right in like a Discord voice call. And then the other person can watch it with you. My mom let me go visit my online boyfriend in another country by myself when I was a 19-year-old infant. It's over a decade later and I'm horrified she let me do that. My mom let me take the train to Toronto to stay with my friend and go to Comic-Con with her, my friend that I met on Tumblr. But to be fair, before that happened, my friend was like driving in the direction of where I live. And we were like talking about like maybe meeting up, but we were both teenagers. So her mom and my mom had to call on the phone and prove to each other that like we weren't old men talking to like little teenagers. Like we had to prove that we were both teenagers. And then we met at a Panera Bread. And we all had lunch together at the Panera. And that was how that's how I met my first online friend. And then my mom let me go to her house. After that, my mom was like, okay, she's real. Yeah, you can go to her house. That's fine. Very fond memories of being like, my mom is to call your mom, by the way. It was really good. And then these days I'm like, yeah, mom, my friends from the internet are coming to visit me again. And she's like, oh, X, Y, and Z are coming. My mom knows the names of all of my online friends these days. And whenever they come to town, my mom has to see them. It's like a part of coming to town to visit me. If you come to visit me, you have to come see my mom because my mom wants to see you. Because my mom loves all my friends. She's so cute like that. My mom thinks all my friends are the best. It's crazy. I thought you were older than me. I'm 24. I'm like a baby. My mom needs to make sure you're not a man. Exactly. My mom needs to make sure you're not a creep. I'm 25. Okay, so you're not that much older than me. You're only a year older than me. It's so funny. I feel like I've lived like 40 lives, and then I talk to people, and like everybody I know is older than me. And I'm like, yeah, that's because I'm a baby. I'm a baby. I'm just a baby that's lived like 40 lives. I'm like Benjamin Button. except instead of aging backwards. I've just lived 40 lives by the age of 24. Cries 30. No, 30 is a good age to be. I have mad respect for people in their 30s. It's so funny, I work at Starbucks and the age range of all of ours braces from like 20 to 30. That's the beauty of working in food service. Your best friend will be like 50. I remember one of my favorite coworkers when I worked at McDonald's when I was 15 was a 65-year-old woman who I worked the drink station with. And she was the best. I don't remember her name. I don't remember anything like about her. I just remember that she was like awesome to work with. And she was like my work bestie. I miss her. However, wherever she is. I hope she's doing well. I hope she's not still working at McDonald's. That place was hell. That's me with my current job where everyone's in their late 30s to 50s and then you're in like your mid 20s like la la la. Hi guys, can I help you? Does anybody else know that TikTok audio that keeps going around that's like, you are the youngest person ever? That's so vague, but that's all that's over my TikTok lately, and that's all I can think about. I have to yell at my 20-year-old barista who's my friend that I can't let her have my booze. Ooh! I forgot that Americans can't drink until 21. It's legal at 19 here, and then if you go to Quebec, it's legal at 18. It always freaks me out. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, it's so funny because I think a lot of people, I think people expect me to be older because I run a business, to be frank. And especially because I say things like, I've been running Cos Payton full time for 3.5 years. People are like, oh, you must be like late 20s, early 30s. And I'm like, no, I started running Cos Payton while I was still in college. And then when I left college, I just kept doing it. And it's worked out for me, so. Well. Cries an American. I turned 20 in the UK visiting my boyfriend / future husband, and his parents bought me a bottle of wine, and my knee-jerk reaction was, I can't have that! My sister, when she was working at Sonic, she was in her early 20s. No, it was really funny. The first time my partner Peter came to visit was for my 21st birthday. It was the first time we ever met in person. Everybody came down for my 21st birthday. And Peter's a year younger than me, so he was 19. He wasn't yet 20 because he turned 20 a couple months later. And because he was 19, he could legally drink. And we took him out for his first ever legal drink. And he kept looking at us and being like, this feels wrong. It feels like I shouldn't be able to do this. I'm too young for this. And we're like, no, it's okay. It's okay. You're the legal age here. You're allowed to do this. You are a baby, but you are allowed to do this. I got scared offering someone who was 20 in Canada alcohol. Like, my sudden reaction was, I'm gonna go to jail. The Mounties like busting down your door, like, put your hands up. How dare you offer alcohol to a legal adult? Me trying to mature and knowing I was drinking at 16. Listen. Trying to be mature, listen. Teenagers will do teenager things. We can't stop them. The only thing we can do is provide them a safe space to do it. That was my mom's philosophy. She was like, well, if you ever want to, like, try alcohol, you can do it in the comfort of our home. Like, I'll give you some. I'd rather you do it here than, like, you know, do it at a party and end up, like, in trouble. Which, like, yeah, fair. I didn't, though. To be quite honest, I did not. I was not interested in it. I was a teenager and I was like, no, that sounds lame. My dad was the same. I had shots when we played D&D when I was a teen to celebrate a big win. Aww. Why is that kind of cute? Yeah, my mom would be like, if you ever, like, want to try, and I would, like, try sips of, like, her, like, rum and coke, and I would hate it. And I'd be like... And then these days, I'm an adult, and I love a margarita. You give me, like, a margarita, a strawberry daiquiri, like a vodka orange juice. Those are my big three. My older sister's pro strategy was to give me straight vodka to make sure I'd never want to drink again. That's such older sister behavior. Like menacing, but menacing in a way where you can tell that your sister loves you. Like it's a scary love. The DARE program be like, oh my god. All I could think of was Regina George's mom. When I was in my last year of high school, I went on a field trip and missed the day that they made everybody in the school go to the anti-vaping seminar. That's right, the anti-vaping seminar, not DARE. Not like anti-drugs, specifically anti-vaping. Because I went to high school when vaping was huge and everybody was vaping and there was no regulations for vaping. They just knew that it was bad for you. They're like, yeah, vaping's bad for you, but there aren't like any regulations for it, so you can just like buy it. And I remember standing there and being like, well, I don't need to go to the anti-vaping seminar. I don't vape. I'm going to see Dear Evan Hansen. Like, I don't think the anti-vaping seminar was for me. I was going to see Dear Evan Hansen. A kid who willingly chooses to go see Dear Evan Hansen on a field trip is not the kid you have to be worried about vaping. Like, I was like a nerd. I was like a loser nerd. And that's not me saying that in a mean way. That's me saying that in a proud way. I'm still a loser nerd. I'm 24 years old. I have a tattoo. I have a Five Nights at Freddy's tattoo and a Harley Quinn tattoo. I am a loser nerd. I'm literally VTubing right now. That's like the most loser nerd behavior in the world. And it's awesome. It's awesome. But I was not the subject for the anti-vaping PSA. I was similar. The first time I had proper alcohol at a party was at a New Year's party for 2020. I didn't go to any parties in high school. I was not invited to them, to be fair. I did not have many friends in high school. And the one friend I did have knew that I did not want to go to a party. She would come over to my house and we would watch theme park POVs. That was my idea of having fun in high school. 2020, I was third year college. Good lord. 2020, I was first year college. Kimber, are you old? Are you old? Blink twice if you need help. My back. It hurts. Like, blink, blink. I graduated college in 2018, you youngsters. I was 17 in 2018. I was 17. I was, what was I doing? What was I into in 2017? I was into Descendants. That's what it was. Man, I, way past the age of when I was supposed to be, got really into Descendants, like the Disney Channel original movies, at the ripe age of 17. And this is something that I don't talk about very often, guys. It's something I don't talk about. I used to make like AMV video edits. And let me tell you, I would finish my work early at school because I was just like a smart kid. And I would bring my laptop to school and I would then sit in the back of the class and make Descendants Yuri edits. Like Mal and Uma, Mal and Evie, Disney Channel original movie Descendants Yuri AMVs. And I would post them on YouTube. And they're still up to this day. And they're still up to this day. I will not tell you the name of the YouTube channel for my own sanity. But they are out there. They are out there. OMG Ruby. I never got into Ruby. I like tried a couple times and I could never get into it. Unfortunately. If only Good Luck Babe was there. No, you don't understand. We did not have songs about being gay. We did not have songs about being like a lesbian back in my ye olden video editing days. Y'all are lucky that you have Good Luck Babe these days. I did not have that. We had like all the things you said, and like that was it. I would make crazy edits with the songs that have come out these days, to be fair. I was really into, first thing I made edits of was One Direction, and then I got really into DC Comics again, and then I got really into, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thank you for stopping by! I'm so glad you got so much cleaning done. Oh my god, enjoy your dinner. I need to go make dinner soon. I'm hungry. I've not had too much to eat today. I had a pizza pocket earlier. The pinnacle of health. I had a pizza pocket. I'm 24. Yeah, One Direction, DC Comics, and then I got really into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, specifically Steve and Bucky. I was really into making Steve and Bucky yaoi edits. And then I got into Descendants. And throughout this entire time, I was also really into the hit 2015 film, The Martian. I was really into The Martian. I still am. Not as bad as I was. I was like in the clutches. I was in the clutches of The Martian. which, like, let me tell you, does not really have, like, an online fandom. But I was in the clutches. I had made an edit of Javik with It Can't Be Over by Monster High Boo York. Oh my god. No, if I was still making edits with Arcane Javik, like, I stopped making edits in 2019. Because I started going to college. I didn't have time. But if I was still making edits when, like, Arcane came out, I'd be making the craziest Javik edits, let me tell you. I'd be making the craziest Kate Vi edits. Oh, baby. I'd be in the trenches. Unfortunately, I am retired. However, I do still have all of my old edits saved, and I was watching a couple of the ones I made. I used to make edits on Vine. That's where I started. I started on Vine, and then I moved to Instagram and YouTube once Vine died. I was watching some of my old Vine edits, like 6 seconds, made in Sony Vegas, and oh man, I was 15, brother. I was 15 and I was free. I was 15 and I was so free. It was awesome. I didn't have any friends, but it was awesome. I didn't have any friends, but by God was I making edits. By God was I. I was in the trenches with Lokius when the first season of Loki came out. Stop. Lokius was iconic. We didn't know what we had. We didn't appreciate it while it was there. Oh, my stomach. Jesus Christ. My stomach hurts. Time to take a sip of lemonade. I'm sure that'll fix me. Oh, good lord. Okay. I think I'm gonna go eat. Because I have to eat, and then I have to get changed, and then I have to go to the store when my partner Peter gets home in like a half hour. So I gotta speed run this stuff. I did not realize that it was past 5. They should have been together. They should have. I didn't watch Loki season 2, but from what I've heard from my Loki season 2 friends, they just should have kissed. They should have kissed. That's it. That's simply it. They should have kissed. Anytime there are 2 men who are like buddies in like a TV show or a movie or anything, they should have kissed. Steve and Bucky should have kissed. Lokius should have kissed. Javik should have kissed. I'm just saying it would fix a lot of the issues that they have if 2 men just kissed. Like they should, like, it surely can't hurt them. It surely can't hurt 2 fictional men to kiss every once in a while. I think it would do good for them, actually. Me personally, I think it would do good for them if they kissed. They had so much tension. No, man, evil world. But yes, I should go eat and change and stuff. As much as I want to sit here and yap about gay people forever, I will come back and I'll yap about gay people on Monday, okay? I promise you I will yap about gay people on Monday. That's my promise to you. I will talk about gay people when I'm back on Monday. I'm always talking about gay people in my heart and in my soul. I am gay people. But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out with me for this like fun, experimental little co-working stream with the hand cam and all that fun stuff. It was really fun. I really liked this. I think I might do more of these. They were fun. And I got work done, so that's always a plus. A bonus! Yay! Thumbs up! Yay! Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, drink lots of water, make sure you're safe. If you're in the heat wave currently, I hope you're staying cool. If you're in like a cool wave currently,
Yep, guess time. Oogly
guess I'm oogly goo. I have to say goodbye, wait.
What is that? I don't know.
Alex,
grab it. Grab it. I'm not gonna grab that. You grab it.
All right. And before we go, Jelline, can you say goodbye to the stream, please?
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate. And that's how we end it. Awesome. Thank you. Bye, everybody. See you later. Thank you for coming by. What are the new pictures? Yay! What a way to end the stream. What a way to end the stream. What are the horrifying new pictures? Yay! Bye, everybody.